Woo! I left my AirPods case inside. Pulling through in a stack war. Let's go. Ooh. I swear Vezo said, I don't have to make plays because the rap check is big. And what he's saying is he's got an income stream on one side, so he doesn't have to do any shenanigans. And that's how I really feel about reviewing these running shoes. I don't have to review the running shoes. I don't have to try to get a bag from the running shoe company. I have a full-time job that's predicated on me selling stuff to make an income, and I'm proud of being able to make an income and put a roof over the head of my family. But let me tell you guys something real quick. These boys in the running shoe review streets are getting absolutely disrespectful. We got people flying out to Jamaica. We got people flying out to Berlin. Go ahead and ask those other boys who's sending them to the Chicago Marathon. We're cleaning it up. We are cleaning up the streets. I feel that I have not even been reviewing shoes. I'm coming back. I'm putting my big boy pants on. I'm putting my hobby jogger hat on. I'm putting my Supwell shirt on. And we are really going to be reviewing shoes. We are unloading the clip. Because there's a lot of disrespectful videos and content out there labeled as reviews, and I'm not having it anymore. I'm back, and we're cleaning it up. Let's get into it. Alright, here's the thing, man. I know not everybody loves the long videos. Not everybody loves the comprehensive way that I test these shoes. So I'm going to be trying out something a little bit different. 50-mile review. And the first shoe that we have up here is the Puma MagMax Nitro. And before I get any deeper into this video, I have to give a shout out to my guy, Jeff Hardy. That is how I wanted to start this video. Instead, I got out here. I'm just fired up because there's a lot of disrespectful stuff. But you know who's not disrespectful? You know who's one of the most positive people that I have ever interacted with online, and I'm sure he's a positive person in person? Jeff Hardy, man. My guy Jeff, who's always cheering other people on, who's always so hyped whenever Supwell or anybody does something. He's the first one to give us a round of applause and to say, good job, man, keep going, keep putting in the work. He ran his first half marathon today. He posted about it on the Supwell app. That's my guy. I'm gonna have to send him something. He's an absolute beast. What a legend. He represents the spirit of what it means to be a hobby jogger. So go ahead and give Jeff a shout out in the comments. Keep putting in the work. Jeff, first half marathon, he hit his time goal, he hit his finishing goal. He was just absolutely crushing it. So shout out to Jeff, shout out to all the other hobby joggers putting in work. Now today, what I wanted to talk about was the Puma MagMax Nitro. We got this up to 50 miles this morning. And as I was saying, I don't do a lot of straight up shoe reviews anymore. I'll do double day tests, I'll do long run reviews. I want to try a little bit of a different format, and of course I do the 100-mile reviews, but a different format because I can't always get these shoes up to 100 miles because my approach right now is to cover a wide range of the market. So I'm going to try doing a 50-mile review, a little bit of a check-in for people who are interested on how this shoe performs after being tested. Of course, we do not have all the miles that a 100-mile review would get, but this is a little bit of a, it's going to allow me hopefully to do some more short form reviews for people who are interested in that. So first up, Puma MagMax Nitro. This is a highly cushioned everyday running shoe or max stack shoe from Puma. It's got a big, tall stack of foam. It's one of the tallest non-plated shoes on the market, if not the tallest non-plated shoe on the market. I believe Running Warehouse measured this to be 46 millimeters in the heel, which is absolutely absurd, and it has a nice wide base of foam. So throughout the testing here and how we got it up to 50 miles was I did an 18-mile double day, I did a 23-mile long run, And then I did 2 or 3 other runs, just nice relaxed morning runs like I did today. I thought that was the mayor pulling out his lawnmower. Luckily it is just a lawn mowing service taking the lawnmower. Oh no. Oh, but are they stopping right? Oh gosh. They're stopping right at that house on the corner. So they're gonna get the lawnmowers cranking. So I put the shoe through the paces from short relaxed runs to longer race pace runs, or not longer race pace runs, but longer long runs. And I have not done too much with race pace in the shoe, but every time I put it on, it locks me into a nice everyday pace. So for me, I run a lot of my miles between 7 minutes per mile and 8 minutes per mile. I'm actually running a little bit faster right now, more closer probably to 640 per mile and 740 per mile. But when I put the shoe on, it locks me right into that standard everyday running zone. So the difference between this shoe and a lot of the other shoes on the market in its categories, this is $180, but it goes up against shoes like the Saucont Hurricane, New Balance More V5. It's an elevated max cushion shoe. It's not that Super Blast competitor. It's not the Skyward X competitor. The difference between this and a lot of the other shoes, it's not a super soft, squishy shoe because you can't have 46 millimeters or above 45 millimeters of stack and have it be super soft. So if you are looking for something super soft, that's not gonna be this shoe. If you are looking for something with a lot of pep to do workouts, that's not gonna be this shoe. It is a versatile, protective workhorse. That's the way I would think of the Puma MagMax Nitro. Yes, it has a lot of foam. Yes, it has that nitro in the name, indicating that it's a supercritical foam that's been injected with gas to give it that lighter, bouncier character. But because you have so much of the foam underfoot, and it's one of the widest shoes out there, it's not gonna be super fast. So I would get this shoe if you're looking for a lot of protection, a lot of stack, some comfort, but you also want versatility. So if you're the type of runner who wants 1 or 2 shoes and you have something fast and you want something for long miles, this would be a great pick. I put this in my non-plated best running shoes for long runs. I took this up for a 3-hour effort. So if you're looking for a marathon shoe and you're going 3:30, 4 hours, 4:30 or longer, this is gonna be great. Would I get it for walking? That's a question that's been asked to me a ton. Would I get this as a walking shoe? Probably not. You can walk in it, but it's a little bit of that bringing a machine gun to kill an ant analogy. There's just better shoes out there. It's a lot of foam on foot. It feels like strapping up a moon boot or a snow boot or a ski boot. I've actually never gone skiing. Supwell skiing coming 2047. It's not a streamlined type of shoe. I like having just a little bit of a lighter shoe on foot. It just feels like too much foam. It feels more of a specialized running shoe than it is a walking shoe. So if you're looking for a new long run shoe, a new marathon training shoe, this would be great. Some other key attributes of it that differentiate it from shoes in the market, bang, Puma grip. So if we're thinking about what makes this shoe better than some other max cushion shoes, you're not gonna get this grippy of an outsole on any of the other max cushion shoes. And matter of fact, the ASICS shoes and the Saucony shoes are actively bad. When we're thinking about the Nova Blast, I have not tested the new Super Blast in the rain, or I've not tested that new Super Blast at all, but this is an objectively good shoe. It's actively good in the rain because of the Puma grip, and then also the stability is really solid. So that's gonna be a key differentiator between the MagMax and a lot of the other max cushion shoes, whereas those might be softer and squishier. Yes, this does have a little bit of a soft feel and a comfortable feel when picking up the pace, but it's really more of that structured, supportive, stable feel, especially in the back. So 50 miles in, the durability is solid so far. This is likely a shoe that I'll take to 100 miles at some point throughout the year, but the durability is solid. You can see we've worn through the rubber a little bit. The foam definitely took some break-in, so probably, and you can see here on the inside of the shoe we had some creases, so probably took about 20 to 30 miles to get its true character, and within the first 10 to 20 miles it felt like a lot of foam. So that is the other thing about the shoe. If you want a more streamlined shoe, or if you're not used to the feeling of a lot of foam on foot, do not get this shoe. I would also not recommend this shoe as your one shoe. You probably want something a little bit lighter. Again, if you already have one shoe that's maybe more simple or faster or basic, something more streamlined, this would be nice to put with it. So comfortable, protective, supportive, great for a long time on feet, The fit is true to size. Yes, it has maybe a touch of a narrower toe box, but I ran in it again this morning. I had no rubbing whatsoever, and then I actually went to the farmer's market and I was wearing the Saucont Hurricane 24, and then on the drive back in the Jeep, I did feel a little bit of rubbing here. So if we're gonna compare these two shoes, which are pretty similar in terms of all the other options in the market, they both have good stability. The Hurricane 24 is the one that I would pick if you want more of a streamlined daily trainer. Yes, the MagMax is lighter, but this has more of that daily trainer feel. This has more of that max stack behemoth feel. And I would also pick this one for walking. Again, it just feels like a little bit less shoe on foot. So MagMax Nitro, one of the top max stack shoes of 2024 through 50 miles of testing. I can recommend this shoe if you're looking for a lot of foam and don't want something super versatile and your main goal is protection. That's what the MagMax is great for. So let's get into a few alternatives here. First one is of course the Saucont Hurricane 24, which I just pulled out right now. A little bit more of a narrow toe box. This is gonna be great if you want a prescriptive stability shoe. So MagMax is stable, but this has a little bit more of that lockdown heel feeling. It also has a little bit more of a rocker, and a rocker that feels like it's tuned for walking versus running. MagMax is definitely a specialized running shoe. As I've said a few times here, Hurricane 24, this feels a little bit easier to walk in than the MagMax. So if you're looking for a comfortable protective shoe to walk in, I would choose the Hurricane 24. Next up, if you do not want to pay $180, I would go for the Asics Nova Blast 4. So I also put this shoe on my list of best non-plated long run shoes. It's $140, but you get a lot of foam, pretty similar character to the MagMax. These are really comparable shoes, except the MagMax, you get a little bit more foam, a little bit more rocker, a little bit more bounce. This is more about a smooth, protective, cushioned ride than it is about a bouncy ride. I would also not use the Nova Blast for speed training or pace pickup, and I wouldn't really use any of these max stack shoes for speed training. They're more about comfort and protection for time on feet. Difference with this one is outsole grip. So the MagMax is 100% gonna take it if you need some great wet weather performance. This is not good in the rain at all. You're gonna be slipping and sliding everywhere, but it is a little bit lighter, or a lot of bit lighter. I did this when I was doing that non-plated long run video as well. I could just feel that this was so much lighter. It's about 50 grams lighter than the MagMax here. So this is probably a touch better if you just want a streamlined or a little bit more of a streamlined shoe. You're only going up to 45 minutes to an hour. You're not gonna be doing a lot of 2-hour long runs. I would probably go for the Nova Blast. This is the best, in my hobby jogger opinion, marathon training daily trainer or marathon training everyday running shoe, because it has that comfort, it has that support, but it's also light enough to occasionally pick up the pace, and the price point is great at $140. That's really the entry level to some of these more technologically advanced running shoes. So this would be my second recommendation, Asics Nova Blast 4. And then let me go grab my last one. I actually forgot it in the office. All right, last recommendation here, Hoka Skyward X, one of my favorite shoes of the year, extremely bouncy. And that's the thing, some people, my guy Ryan Knox on the Supwell app left a review and said he was a little bit disappointed, or a lot bit disappointed, because he actually sold his Skyward X to buy the MagMax Nitro and said, man, it is not bouncy. And they actually have this thing here, which is a little bit distasteful in my opinion, that says bouncy with, you can read it, but oh. Yeah, this is the bounciest training shoe that I've tried this year. It's a similar weight and a similar feel as the MagMax on foot, a ton of foam. But for my stride, my size, I just get a lot more bounce. It has the carbon plate with the supercritical EVA, so a training foam that's been injected with gas, then the race foam on top. So, oh man, one of those days where the sun's just coming in and out. So if you want a very bouncy shoe, and that's why you were considering the MagMax, I would go for the Skyward X. It's $45 more expensive, which is considerable, but the ride experience is that much better. It is that much better than the MagMax if what you're looking for is fun and bounce. I wouldn't necessarily say fun is in the top 3 characteristics of the MagMax. What did I say? I said stable, protective, comfort, good for time on feet. I don't think I said fun once in that initial part of this video. So if fun is what you're looking for, that would be the Hoka Skyward X. And then I did want to leave you with one actual last recommendation. I brought it out here, so why not? New Balance More V5. Ooh. So none of the other shoes that I brought out here, Hurricane 24, Skyward X, or Nova Blast, or MagMax, are super soft. This is a very soft max cushion shoe. So if that's what you're hoping for out of the MagMax Nitro, I would go for the More V5. You might want to get the wide version if you have a slightly wider foot or are prone to blisters, or go half a size up. I went true to size in this, and by the way, I went true to size in everything here and it fits fine, but a lot of people, including my own wife, Charlie, have reported blisters from a narrower toe box in the More V5. This is another one that I'll have to get up to 50 miles soon if you guys like this format for 50-mile reviews. So that is all I have for you today on the More V or MagMax. There are a lot of good shoes in this max cushion category. This is one of the best for time on feet. This is the best for wet weather performance, and one of the best for comfort and just going out and chewing up a lot of miles. So if you're in a stage of training where you're not too concerned about pace, you're more concerned about comfort, alleviating the burden on your legs, getting out there and upping your weekly mileage, this would be an awesome shoe. So please let me know what you thought of this format, a little bit of a shorter review. I'm feeling like I want to put out more of these reviews because, in the words of Future, man, thought it was a drought. It feel like it's a little bit of a drought, and it's just getting disrespectful. So let me know what you want to see next if you like this 50-mile review format. Again, I can't get everything up to 100 miles. Also, let me know if you think, I personally think 30 to 50 miles is where I have formed my opinion on the shoe. It's very rare. I think there's been one time this year where I had a markedly or drastically, extremely different opinion of a shoe at 100 miles and 50 miles. That's been with the Alpha Fly. That's another shoe I should do a 100-mile review on, actually. But it doesn't happen all that often. So hopefully this will allow me to get out more reviews if you guys like it. Because again, as I've been talking about and thinking about a lot this week, my goal of this channel is to lower the barrier of entry into running and give people a reliable source for information on running, and shoes are just one part of it. But I have a lot of shoes and I have a lot of miles in a lot of shoes, so hopefully getting out some more of these reviews can help you pick your next running shoe. And the last thing I should say is, I've been saying it a lot this week, but you don't need a specialized shoe for every type of run. You could do great with 1 or 2 or 3 shoes. Before I got into reviewing shoes, I only really ever had a handful of shoes at any time, and that was even to run 80 to 90 miles a week. I only really used 4 to 5 shoes at a time. So I hope this was helpful. Puma MagMax Nitro, it's a good shoe. If you're expecting super bounce, it'll probably let you down. If you're expecting super fast, it might let you down. But if you want comfort and protection and stability and support, this is a great pick. I'm looking forward to getting some more miles in it throughout the next few months and probably get a 100-mile review at some point, maybe within the next year, depending on when that goes. So please let me know what you think of this format. Shout out to my guy Jeff Hardy. Shout out to everyone putting in the work. Embody the slug, and I'll be back tomorrow with another video.